welcome back to Truth at the Table. Thanks for tuning in tonight. We want to talk about gender roles. Anti-feminist. You're an anti-feminist if you think women should like be submissive and
I'm gonna tell you, there's an issue though. Even sitting here at this table, they just said men aren't leading. You saying they are. There's a divide between men and women, and where's the middle ground? How do we close that divide? How do we stop that?
Yeah, because would you also say that there's women today want to be led because they've been doing it for so long?
We tired.
That
I
they
said
have
earlier.
to. Yeah, tired. But some women will be like saying they're so used to doing things on their own
As a single
that
woman.
like that they didn't want to. I got, but they started getting so used to like now do that. They're like, you know what? I'm a boss. Like I do. Like, do they want to be led?
Yes. Majority of women, especially women that are seeking a relationship, seeking a husband, they want a man that can lead. It's a defense mechanism. It's a default mode. I'm going to make sure I take care of myself because all the men that I know that were supposed to do it have somehow failed. That could fall back to daddy issues. That can fall back to what you saw growing up in your household and just bad relationships that you've been in. It could be a combination of a lot of different things. But the point is now I'm in a position where I have to lead. I have to do it because I don't have nobody else to do it.
So basically,
And even like, okay, as a single unmarried woman, right? There are things that we have to do as an adult, right?
Okay.
We're adulting. Adulting sucks, right? Okay, fine.
It's ghetto. It's ghetto.
It's pretty bad, folks.
Okay. The longer you are single, in terms of unmarried, because you could even be dating someone, you could be courting someone. A lot of women are just not going to put responsibilities on that person. So, in that time while they're dating or courting, whatever word you want to use, they're really watching this person to see if there's somebody that they could trust,
Right.
if they respect, and that's somebody that they could really let down their cape. When she can do that, she will submit. But just because, like you said earlier, you meet a woman and she's been single 5 years, let's say she's never been married, was in a relationship, single. You come in, you want her to submit and just go with you because you're a man. The men who complain a lot of times are those type of men.
So you're saying that the ones that, because there's some, every woman is different, right? And there's some that are a bit more,
They're taking on masculine traits.
Out there and stuff. You're saying that it's really just for that right man to break down that shield. It's just up to because it's a defense mechanism.
It's for that.
For the most part.
Right. And if she's aware, she would be able to articulate that to him.
Yeah.
That's the difference. If she has done the self-actualization, healing, trauma, rebuilding, like all of the things.
So how many percentage of women is that?
I don't
I'm
know.
feeling a little bit offended because it's like all of a sudden the women are okay. It's like we just waiting. It's like this how I'm taking it. I could be wrong. I feel like y'all saying the women are always ready. No, this is how I feel.
Let me see where you're going.
It seems like the women are always ready. We just waiting for the man to do his job.
No,
I'm not saying that at all.
we're not saying that.
No,
All right.
assumption. That's what it sounds like.
Is that what it sounds like?
Yeah.
That's how I took it. Because the whole thing is, if the man know how to lead, I'm just, you know what, this man know how to lead, so cool. Right? So what you guys are not getting is men that know how to lead.
She's saying, real fast,
Be
afforded the chance to lead,
Right.
you must first be trustworthy.
So
I
prove
got you.
yourself.
If
gotta
you
prove yourself.
they can't believe in you,
Yeah.
they can't
They can't submit to you.
right.
fine.
That's what I got from
Trust
it.
and
Okay,
it comes with trust
So
and
then
respect.
it's on
And
back to our responsibility.
Well, here's another issue.
She has to be open to it though. So that's why I said she has had to have done the work in herself.
Yeah, that part right there is the
That's
part
what-
that
right, but
at
I-
zero, I'm like, hold on now, because it's like, so, and that's why I asked the question, so what percentage of women are...
I can't tell you
are-
that. I don't know.
Man, here we go.
So the question-
I don't know. I know from my
Bruh, here we
circle
go,
of friends.
bruh.
I can tell you from my circle of friends and all of my friend groups, the majority of them have done the work. They've done the therapy.
They got it right.
They're trying to. They're getting it, but they're also acknowledged that they had to do the work.
Yeah. They've acknowledged that
They've
they have a
acknowledged that there
problem.
was
Like,
a problem.
yeah, and I need to fix
And they
it.
need to.
Well-
then they have to be able to articulate that to whoever it is that comes along. Hey, this is where I am in my life right now. This is what I'm looking for. I am looking for a companion. I am looking for a provider, not only in finances, but in emotional security, and this and this and this and this and this. I am looking for somebody to have fun with. I'm looking for somebody to pray with me and pray over me, and all of those things. They have to be able to state. Now we're in our 30s. This is no play stuff.
Yeah.
State what it is that they are. Well, you know.
Hey, listen.
We're 80s babies,
Go ahead, go
okay?
ahead.
Maybe even above.
My body's still
It's all right. It's all right.
My body's still trying to
You know,
Can't
they have to
wait
be
to
able
rise
to
up.
articulate, and if the woman that you are interested in cannot do that, move along. Stop trying. The issue that I've seen, and this is in people that I've spoken to, social media, they're trying to make people want them that is showing that they don't want them,
I agree.
and then you get mad that they don't want you,
Yeah.
but they've already showed you.
They don't want
They don't want you.
Yeah.
And
They're
that's
not intentional
and
about
that's
you.
okay.
They're not putting
I
in
think
the
that's the
effort.
problem. We're and I'm not saying some people are more sensitive than others, but ladies and gentlemen, it is okay if someone is just not that into you. It's okay.
Like the movie.
He's just not that into you, and that's okay. We can't force
Vice
people to
versa.
like us, you know, and
No.
vice versa. It's
And you ain't gotta
okay.
beg for it
Somebody
either.
else will be into you and more. This particular person is not, and that is okay.
I have a question for you.
Keep it moving.
Would you agree that a lot of the gender roles have changed a lot because women have entered the workforce more, right?
Yeah.
Like I went to Dubai, women still got their heads scared. Now y'all can go over there because you're a visitor, you're a tourist, but they'll take your money. But their women, they're not doing all that. They're still quiet. You know, you ain't talking about no men and stuff like that. You see men almost in charge of everything. Women doing flight attendant, you know, just doing stuff, you know, that they think you should do. Now in this country, I've seen more male flight attendants on the last few flights I've been to than women, which was kind of interesting. So I think women entering the workforce had a lot to do with gender role issues. And another thing is, I'm working. Well, I don't know what job I'm working at, but I'm making only $20,000 a year. This young lady, my love of my life right here, she's making $200,000 a year. She want me to lead her with my $20,000. So
Good luck with that.
Now I have a question for now. Now she now, mind you.
Right.
No.
Wait.
It has nothing to do with it, but the reality is, when I met her, because of her financial situation, we left my little house and moved her house with her name on it.
Her name on it.
Her name on it.
Do not do that.
Don't do that.
With her two cars,
You got a whole
her three garage. She had three
Yeah.
garages and two cars already. So my third car, my little car, made it in there, and the third one. Besides, I mean, at this point, with her mindset, because at this time, because she boss chicken up or whatever y'all call yourselves nowadays. Besides companionship, y'all back in the day, men led the entire household because they took care of the household. But technically, she's taking care of it because she's the financial bearer. At what point did she really feel led by me?
Okay.
I was
so,
gonna ask.
Great.
I was gonna ask. What do you think it is about you that would make that type of woman
want
to
you
do
in the
that?
first place?
Yeah, because first
It's
of
not
all,
money. So what
Right.
is it?
no, and plus you should be staying at 20,000 because if you bag the 200,000,
Whoa!
no,
You
because
should be
if you bag
motivated to
you
do better.
should be giving YouTube videos of how does a 20,000, bag
Whoa.
200,000 and you be making mad money because I need your sauce.
Hey, no.
That's the
No,
problem.
Hey, hey,
$200,000.
No.
Do you want your long cut?
No.
Hey,
Hey,
You're gonna be the
all
YouTube
I did All I did what the other guy couldn't do. No, I.
But that's what I'm saying. There's something about him.
No, I treated her right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Can I say
I treated
something?
her right.
Let me tell you something.
If we take it, okay, truth of the table, I'm slapping the table. Truth of the table, we're talking about biblical truth. If you are balling and your husband is not balling,
He's a teacher.
right? He's a teacher. He's making $20,000 a year,
35.
and you are bringing in the big bucks.
I feel like that.
Right.
At the end of the day, the Bible does say, women, submit yourself to your own husband, right? And likewise, right? Vice versa. But at the end of the day, the Bible says God is the head, right? The husband is underneath, and then comes the wife. And I don't say
By
that.
default, you are going to
And
forget
I don't
that
say
scripture.
that in a way of devaluing the woman, like, oh, she's underneath the man. But spiritually speaking,
Correct.
this man is your head. He's your spiritual head, and he is still the leader of your household. So if we're living according to what the Bible is saying, what is the issue?
No.
what
But his
was the
question,
issue?
no, his question is, what, like, how being that she's able to take care of the finances.
How is he leading?
How is he leading?
Other,
For
But then,
how can
are
you
you
do this?
reducing yourself?
I just answered that
Hold on.
Are
question.
you reducing yourself to finances because there's other aspects that
Then
men
I'm-
can lead?
That's what I'm saying.
Alright,
So
so
then
no,
a man
no,
is not
I'm gonna
just
tell you why.
bringing in the
A lot-
bacon.
a lot of
because then
times-
y'all are perpetuating your own stereotypes.
Sorry.
and
No,
stigma.
what it is, though, a lot of times
Right
when
now.
people hear the word lead,
Y'all need to hear
they
what
also
Eddie
think of leading as a provider.
So,
Now I moved in her house and her light bill is $2,000 a month. I don't make that a month. So did I provide the light bill? She's doing the providing. So some
But is
people,
this an agreement? Like, okay, let's put it in realistic
now to me,
terms.
I'm down with that.
Let's put it
What's yours, mine? So $2,000 you got there, I'm here.
Let's put it in realistic terms, right? We're 2022.
Who lying?
There's a teacher,
Oh, I believe him.
there's a coach, a teacher, whatever, and a lawyer.
Yeah.
They're out of law school. They done, started paying back their loans. They're
Right.
making money, whatever. There's a $80,000 salary gap.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is her here with the $100K, with the $100. What is it about him that is gonna make her decide I want this man as my partner because he does X, Y, and Z? Because clearly it's not finances.
No.
But she would still be willing to submit to him because he's providing other things for her that other men with the money was not doing.
Right.
That's where that comes from. I go back to why did I get married with Taraji P. Henson and Michael Ealy? Because it was the same thing.
She was
Morris
a boss.
Chestnut came in, had the money, but he was self-centered.
He didn't pay
he was
her no
arrogant
attention.
and didn't pay her no attention. She didn't want to be with Michael Ealy because he was
He was broke.
Yeah.
But he had a dream. But he had a dream and he was actively working on it. And he had the chef. He was ambitious. He was determined. He had a business plan. But he was also
And he
motivated
treated
by
her well.
her. And he treated her well.
At the present
He
moment.
treated her better than the men that had the money.
Yeah.
So therefore, that's what she went with. She said, "Screw it." At the end of it,
That
And-
guy
but that's also
wasn't
real
really-
life, though.
Listen, it's always gonna be tested when a disagreement, an argument, or something
throw
that
this
invites. Listen,
so you're throwing this
I don't care
Totally wrong.
what y'all say. I'm gonna say these two things. I'm
So
gonna
what you say,
I'm gonna be quick with this one, right? I'm gonna be quick with this. When it comes to that money, when she done went to college and had to put in all the work
You went to college too?
and all that, man,
she go to college?
she making the money.
So you said that you wouldn't date somebody that makes money?
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is it's a very challenging thing. It ain't gonna be no smooth and because I love him and even because he might put man. Listen, it ain't gonna be no listen.
But you're gonna have that in a relationship,
Man,
regardless,
listen,
though.
but
About other
but
stuff.
hold on, but y'all can say whatever y'all want to say. Usually, a lot of times, the man in the relationship get to walk around like he the king of the jungle in his house because he's providing in the majority of the areas, even if they the same. But when it's such a far gap,
What do you
man, if you make $200,000, if you're a woman and you make $200,000 a year, do not put unnecessary pressure on yourself by marrying some dude that's in a way smaller bracket.
So pretty much it's the same thing that happens when men.
No, I think
I
that
agree
comes
to
down
an
to
extent.
fundamental values.
No,
Because
it don't work.
if we are
But
on the
men been doing
same,
that.
if we're on the same page,
Y'all
as
know
far
anybody
as-
like that?
I do.
How many?
I know a couple people.
A couple people?
Yeah, a couple, right?
They married like they married A1?
I don't know if they're married just
Yeah,
like
we
one
don't
day
know.
married.
in and out.
I don't know.
So y'all don't even know.
How would you know that anybody's
I
married?
can't
They
tell
don't-
you
they
what's
don't even
happening
know what
behind
they tell
closed
you.
In my case, what I do know, finances are there. That's not a problem. The problem might be other, like not feeling valued or not feeling like the leader.
Right.
So they don't. Usually with that kind of money, finances is an issue in case someone's irresponsible with them. But now you have, do I feel like I'm a leader? Do I feel like a man? I bring y'all to my
that's
house.
a
So y'all
man's
came
role.
into my house. I bring y'all to my girl house. Y'all like, oh, you done came up. y'all. How do I feel? And they're like, yeah, you bought this. Whatever.
Hold on.
But didn't you know that before you married this
Exactly.
woman? But you understand what I'm
But now
saying
y'all
about
finna go to a whole.
No,
I'm asking.
this
is-
goes. It
has
still goes back to fundamental values.
No, but has it impacted gender roles?
Of course.
Because I'm in a house that basically she built it. A lot of times you think about a woman being a helper, she helped me build, right? In this case, I didn't help. I just came in and already built.
So,
That's
but
what I'm
what are you
So
saying?
how do you
is-
want the woman to be then?
no, but what I'm saying
I
is
want her to marry somebody in her pay rate.
no. But what I'm
No,
saying
I-
is there
I
nothing
kinda
else to be
shut
built.
up, man.
Right.
We're married. We don't plan on building a family. We don't plan on building a legacy together. We don't plan on building generational wealth. We don't plan on building nothing more than, oh, I'm a lawyer and I make 200,000. You a teacher, you make 20, and that's it.
No, I'm treating her right though. I'm giving her the most of support. I'm basically.
Yeah, but one day you'd have to be a father to our children. You're
But,
gonna have
hey,
to, like, I mean, I don't
I have a question for
understand.
you. No, I'll give you an example. Because I'm from the middle, but that's it's different. We both working. When I come home as a man, do I expect her to have dinner already? Because she told me she wasn't gonna cut grass. So is it fair for me to say, well, you're not gonna cut grass, you gonna cook, and I'm gonna cut grass?
That's an agreement.
If that's what you guys agree
That's
on,
agreement.
No, as long as you agree, I get it. I'm
yeah,
saying
because that's
I saw a
fluid,
video yesterday, and then this girl was pushing a car, and a guy got out to help her, but the person steering was a guy, and
That's her though.
Oh my.
yeah.
and so general basically that's a no. Why is this woman putting that he said she was stronger.
Was it her boyfriend?
She was big.
Oh my.
If I'm with it,
He told the girl.
That's awful. Disclaimer: just because a woman is big or heavy does not mean she's stronger.
I don't know about that, boy.
She has more fat. That does not equate more muscle.
Technically, scientifically, it does.
No, it doesn't.
That's skinny boy told that big girl to push that
She
car.
could be big and weak.
Yeah. Well, listen.
Of course she's
Ain't
big and
big.
weak.
Wow.
He told her that she
Ain't
stronger.
no big
But
person
hey,
yet. Male or female.
but I saw the
that
comments.
ain't
Guys were livid and like girls were livid too, and I wouldn't have done it. But he was serious about her being stronger and pushing the car while he was driving it. So, would you consider it a gender role reverse?
I'm stuck on the money thing.
He's trash.
Y'all
Right?
Hey, I actually saw when I was in Jamaica. I saw legit when I was getting dropped to the airport. I saw a guy in the car and the woman was pushing it, and we were just like, "What is going on?" So, and if you really do pass something and that doesn't actually irk you, then yeah, because that should still.
But that's where we are now.
Yeah.
Well, maybe she
That's
said that
where
she
we
Not
are.
probably
do
that
it,
one
so I
with the
let her
bigger
do
just
it.
because it's a lighter weight. And
No, I feel like that's where we are now. Women are like, I can do it, and the men are letting them do it, and it's just we're just.
I don't think it's wrong with if a woman want to push the buggy. Hey, babe, get on the buggy. All right. Babe, don't make me fall now.
For fun, if we're playing around, but we break down, and you're like, yeah, man, go push the car.
No, I agree on that one.
And so I bet you it's all fun and games until they start making out, and then she picks him up, and then he gonna
Like,
be
we
upset
done.
like, because of pushing up that car.
If
She
my
got
tire
sprung.
bust and I'm with my
You
boyfriend,
know what I'm saying? You get picked up. And
if my tire bust and I'm with my boyfriend,
boyfriend.
even though I know how to change the tire and I've done it a couple times already.
Because you didn't have
her.
No, my daddy and my brother made sure I knew how to change the tire.
Right.
Facts.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
dad made
And
sure I
I'm
knew how
gonna
to
do
change
that
the
too.
tire.
Right?
I
And
will.
I know
My
how
daddy and my
to.
brother, they
Yeah, my
check the
dad
tire,
did
do
too.
the lawn, check your oil, all the things.
Yes, facts.
But if I'm with my boyfriend, I am not changing
no.
the tire.
He's not gonna want you to change the tire.
He also
Yeah.
is not gonna
Right,
change
yeah, it's like shit. I don't like when they
Hey,
say stuff
this-
like
this-
that.
hey.
I don't like that
No.
stuff,
Okay.
bro.
No, this
Like,
is not-
No,
I'm not. I'm not.
But you get with the man that is like that. You don't get with the man who is not like that and then complain.
And then
that
complain
he's
about
like
it.
that.
I'm not
You
making
knew he
an
was
excuse.
like
Can I-
that.
can I-
He's
can
like that.
I ask you something
You
else?
shouldn't even be taking your gas.
Can I- And this is a true story. No offense.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
I grew up with just me and mama. I ain't had no dad. It's not. I ain't making an excuse for it. I
Amen,
ain't had no dad.
amen.
But my mom had money. I ain't trying to be funny. So I've never changed a tire day in my life because I never seen her change one because we had AAA. And I got AAA on both my cars.
So
Now,
right.
I've never. I mean, one day my goddad went off on me. He said, "I said, well, yeah, I'm home, but the tire's flat." He said, "We doing? I'm waiting for somebody to come change it." He said, "Boy, you don't get out and change the tire." I said, "Do what?" But I grew up where we didn't.
Right.
I ain't never had to do that.
Okay.
I ain't. Carlos cuss his grass. Cut that out. That's racist. Hey, someone cuts my grass because my mom always pays someone to do it. I always pay someone to do it. I don't cut no grass.
I don't want to be out there either.
I'm saying I'm 40 and I haven't done any of that. Never changed a tire in my life. Car break down, I'm getting out of it. I'm gonna go get a taxi and go somewhere else. Y'all come get the car. The car failed me. I didn't fail it. I ain't staying with the car either.
That's
But
fine.
I grew up like that. But because I was around a woman who didn't do all that stuff.
But I think that's a privilege.
Yeah, you
But
privileged.
don't you think all that has
No.
changed in general? Because like for example, I can cook.
That doesn't
And some
have
guys,
anything.
in fact,
That's
yeah,
an adult
to-
necessity.
to
but
be
that's
no,
not
to be
how
honest
to
with
feed
you,
yourself.
I'm gonna say it was
Like,
crazy.
But y'all can't devalue the man for not knowing how to change
A
the
lot
tire.
of men know
And
how to
we're
cook now.
not.
Hey,
No, we're
listen,
not.
listen to this.
But I know
a lot of men know how to cook, and a lot of women don't know how to cook all of a sudden.
Yeah,
I don't know why that is.
I know why.
Except for me.
I blame
Oh,
the parents.
talk
But
to me.
that's true though.
But I think that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking
I
about as
know
far as
that
we're
too.
talking about gender roles. And I think it's kind of been distorted through the changing of society and everything like that versus like, oh, well, you a woman and you don't know how to cook. There's women that don't know how to nurture, that don't know how to encourage and support and do the things that women are actually supposed to do. God gifted us the ability to come with strength. God gifted us the ability to upgrade. God gifted us the ability to multiply, right? That is already in us innately, right?
Yeah.
There's women that do not have the ability to do that because they haven't been practicing it. They haven't been taught it. And I think
Why?
that it's not being seen. It's not being encouraged. It's not promoted by society.
I know
Everybody
why.
want to be a boss. I want to be
It's
a
the
boss
same
woman.
reason why boys
da-da-da-da-da.
grow up don't know how to lead. It's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
What's different?
So do you think
No.
because of shit now
But then
still-
you have-
Hold on, Eddie. Hold
What's
on.
the difference?
Hold on, Eddie. The difference is because of the evolution of the feminist movement and equality and all the rest of that stuff, which is nothing wrong with equality. Listen, instead of her developing her natural woman qualities, you know what? We want to do what the guys do. I always say it like this. 20 years ago, I would go to the gym. I'm just saying. Here we go. 20 years ago, there's nothing wrong with women going to the gym. 20 years ago, when you go to the gym, you'll see 80% of men, and you'll see probably like 20% of women in there. The 20% of women that was in there, they was doing some cycling or spinning or something like that, right? So now, as we fast forward, it's more women in the gym than men. When it comes, no, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying, just look at the change in everything. You feel what I'm saying? I'm
What
not
does that have to
saying.
say about the men though? So if there's more women in the gym than men, what does that say about the men?
Well, it doesn't say anything about the men because the men was already there. Understand what I'm saying?
So the same.
I think he could have used maybe a different
Because where did the men go?
but
The men ain't
I
going
get what
nowhere.
you're trying to say.
What I'm trying to listen.
Yeah,
What,
yeah,
what-
the pickup.
what I'm trying to say is, women now want to do
With Zena.
everything that the men is doing
Right.
to the degree
Boxing.
that they be like, forget about this feminist well, not feminist. Forget about developing myself as a what word I'm trying to use here.
As a woman.
Yeah, well, I don't want to say that because they still a woman. You feel what I'm saying?
I guess
it's
we're
like
trying to find the correlation, the negative about
But that's what I'm
women
saying.
going to
We've
the
made
gym
it. We've
Right.
given everything such a negative
to be
connotation.
healthy and to
No,
look good in their clothes.
no,
And, you know, I guess I'm
I
trying
get
to
what
figure
you're
out
that's not
Yeah.
what I'm
conversation.
saying.
That's-
Okay, I
that's
gotta
it.
say it. I gotta say it better.
Let me add one thing. That 20 years ago, women's sports was a big thing. So maybe tennis or something. Now they want to play basketball. They want to do football.
Like, you feel what I'm saying? Everything
I mean,
the
but
man
back
doing.
in the day, that football's a man. I mean, we weren't
Which
no-
is fine if women want to throw a ball with
No,
other women.
that's
or
what-
whatever.
I'm saying.
Y'all gotta understand.
No,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
understand.
Yeah, yeah.
But then y'all get mad that we don't want to watch y'all.
Guys, I understand
I ain't
exactly.
explaining it right.
No, I understand exactly what Zay's saying. Zay's saying we've gotten to a point where women want to be equal on every plane.
Right, that's what I'm
We want
saying.
equality in everything, which is nuts.
That's nuts.
Which
That's
is
not
nuts.
real.
We are
I
not.
agree with you.
And my point is, we are not equal. We are different.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong
Okay,
with being
clearly.
different. You have a strength and you have a strength. My strength is not your strength and your strength is not my strength. And that's fine. It doesn't make one lesser than the other.
That's where the equality comes in.
And I get it, but we've
We
taken
are
it.
valued equally.
Well, at least for
but-
a demographic of people, the
Right.
equality is that just because I'm a woman doesn't mean I'm less than.
Right.
Yeah.
Which I agree.
That's,
So
I
equally
agree
we're
with.
valued.
Equally, we
I
are
value,
two human beings.
but-
Right. And
But
we
Equally,
then
should
you
but
have
not
the
me.
other
right.
demographic
And we should
that
be
is like,
valued
correct.
equally.
Yeah.
But
But
it wasn't like that because
it's not like that,
We are
though.
we are still
In-
well
yeah.
in
It's still
we're Western,
fine, you know
so
what?
patriarchal
Women are still
societies.
underpaid for the same job a man does.
Which is wrong. Because if me and you are doing a job, we're
That's
doing the
the
same
same
exact
exact
job.
thing,
And
man.
I might have more
And I have-
knowledge
right.
in the same job.
You're
but
gonna
I'm still
pay
getting
you
paid
more
less.
money because you're a man.
Because you're a
and
man.
that's obviously
That's
wrong.
That's wrong.
But in the sense of equally meaning, bruh, anything you can do, I can do. You can bench press 400 pounds, I can bench
Yeah, like
press
physically,
400 pounds.
yeah.
My leg press is pretty good though.
Can you do me a favor? Can you do me a favor?
My leg press. is pretty
Define a gender role. Just define what you consider a gender role. And I want everybody to do that so we.
Oh,
'cause
God.
I think I want to hear a definition of that.